FM Sport.
A rough start and then the team has bounced back really well. But coming into the series, you played a series against Pakistan in Pakistan. How much that helped in terms of getting acclimatized to the conditions, but also there's been a lot of travel as well. We've played just 2 games. Just how important was that win against England before coming here?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think we
New
know
Zealand.
coming to a World Cup, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and I think obviously didn't get off to a ideal start against England. But yeah, I think this World Cup is all about fight and character at the end of the day, and I think we've shown that in the last game. But yeah, to the question in Pakistan, I think really important. I think the conditions were quite similar, and I think we've had a really good series over in Pakistan and kind of got used to the conditions. And yeah, like I said, obviously it's going to be really important this World Cup. Looked like it's a bit on the slower side and taking quite a bit of turn. So yeah, I think it's going to be really important going forward in this tournament.
And just in terms of last match, we saw Sinol Jafta coming ahead of you and Chloe. Is that the batting template the team is looking at? What is your role with the bat in this team, knowing what you're capable of doing in this format?
Yeah, I think obviously my role has been pretty clear. It's kind of to come in the back end and finish games off. I think this World Cup, it might look a bit different, to be honest. It looks like I said, I'm not the easiest of wickets to bat on. So I think, coming in a bit later, it's still about finishing games off, but it might not be the same role in terms of, trying to strike at a high strike rate and putting teams under pressure. So I think it's more about the tail enders or the back end batters has been in quite early. So it's just about adapting to the conditions and building a partnership with whoever's in there and try and take games deep. It's not necessarily been 300 plus scores. So I guess it's about just scrapping all the runs you can, try and get to a competitive total and then, obviously back our bowlers to defend that.
Hi Nadine. Sorry, I have a bad throat.
No worries.
So, your South Africa schedule has been sort of packed with travel, play, practice for the first 3 games and 3 very strong openings right up front. Is that good or is that bad to get those 3 heavyweights out of the way at the beginning of the tournament itself?
Yeah, look, we're going to play them at some stage in the tournament. So, it's been quite busy. We've had a lot of travel and stuff going up and down, but I think, as a team, we're just trying to control the controllables really, or focus on what we can control, and that's something that's out of our control, obviously. So I think we've really made the best of it. I think we've really enjoyed our tournament this far. Obviously had a great game the other day against New Zealand, and I think there's just a good vibe around our side. So yeah, I think we're not too much focused on on the travelling and the opponents, but yeah, like I said, we're going to have to play them at some stage, and I guess it just prepares as well. You have to be at your very best from the first game. And we weren't against England and we got put under pressure. So I think, it was just an eye-opener and we have to be ready for every single game we play.
Hi Nadine, good luck for tomorrow. You've had a very close view of Tasmin Brits, how she's come good in the last, especially a month or so. When asked about it, she's played it coy. She's saying, I don't know what changed. But can you put words into what actually has changed in her game that she's so much more consistent, the conversion rate especially to hit those big centuries? If you could give us a little more insight on that.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure myself. I think she's always been a quality player. I think she's dominated domestic cricket back home for a couple of years now actually, and probably hasn't had the best run in ODI cricket. But I think she's been phenomenal for us in the last year and a half. She's really come good this year as well, which is great for us. Obviously now at a World Cup, which is really important for the top order to put their hands up. So, yeah, I guess I'm not sure what changed for her, but obviously from a mental point of view, I think she's a really strong character, and I think she's a really confident player as well. And I think when she's at her best, she is as destructive as any batter in the world. So glad she's on my team. I don't have to bowl to her at the moment. And yeah, like I said, hopefully she can keep going for us because she's setting it up beautifully for us, especially our middle order and back end.
Just to follow up on that, I think after the last match, she said she was very annoyed with how the first match went against England. And Laura spoke about having short memories. Like we need to remember that we are a good side, forget this. Just what was the conversation after the England match in the dressing room, and was like people just decided that we need to move on, or was there some honest appraisal of what had happened? Just a little bit insight on what changed.
Yeah, look, I think obviously a bit unexpected that first game, and we got blown away. And I think sometimes it's really hard to take, especially your first game. There's been a massive hype about this World Cup, and you rock up and you get rolled for 70, which is never nice. And I think everybody took it quite personally. We didn't dig too deep into it, to be honest. I think, and Laura said it as well, we're much better than 69 all out. We just had a horrible day, and there was no one that put their hands up and kind of just got stuck in the middle. But we know that happens in cricket sometimes, so I think we moved on pretty quickly. We had a couple of discussions just around game plans and how we're going to go about it, because like I said, it is the trend of this World Cup. Spinners are going to dominate, so it's just about finding a way. And I think to come back after that, the second game has been incredible. To have Tasman and Sunay stand up and put their hands up after we lost an early wicket has been incredible. And yeah, like I said, it just brings a lot of good vibes and a lot of positivity within our group to showcase that we are capable of it, even if the wickets are a bit on the slower side.
Hi Nadine, good luck for tomorrow. South Africa faced India in the tri-series earlier. India's pacers have been doing well. They did really well in the last match. The spinners, obviously, there's immense variety. Are you expecting to be challenged more by the spin or the pace, and what is your preparation in the lead up to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, look, I think India is obviously a quality bowling attack. I think especially their two new ball bowlers has been quite successful, even in conditions where it's been a bit more suitable for the spinners. I think they're looking to swing the ball early on, and they kind of put teams on the back foot by picking up a few early wickets. But yeah, like I said, I think we're well prepared for whatever comes our way, but we do expect to be spin heavy. It has been, whenever we've played them really, even in the tri-series, it's been spin dominant. So I think that will probably be the biggest focus, is still try and get through that new ball pair that's been really successful for them over the last couple of months. But yeah, I think spin is going to be really key for both sides, and I think whoever plays spin the best will come out on top.
Hi Nadine, with Vishal from Cricinfo. Most of the talk before the World Cup started was around massive totals being expected in this World Cup, or turning pitches since it's India and some matches in Sri Lanka. As a medium pacer yourself, what kind of challenges do these things pose in front of you? Because Indore has seen big scores, and Guwahati and Colombo, we have seen grip and slow tracks which provide assistance for the spinners.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think it suits my game quite well. I think obviously being one of the slower bowlers in the side, but yeah, I think in the past I've been quite comfortable bowling on these type of conditions, but I think also the rest of our bowling attack as well. I think, even though Kapi's probably one of the best new ball bowlers in the world, I think she's adapted really well to these conditions as well. Same with Ayabonga. So I think our paces has actually done really well, not only the previous game, but I also think going back to Pakistan and the tri-series when we were over here earlier this year. So yeah, I think our paces has done really well. I think, like I said, we've assessed conditions well, and I think, yeah, all our bowlers has the skill sets to adapt to these slower conditions. And yeah, our spinners are world class when they're on song. So hopefully it can all come together for us tomorrow.
Have you had a chance to look at the pitch yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
So much. Nadine, just a couple of questions from back home. Thus far, there haven't been many fans present at the matches. How will the team cope with the challenge of facing hosts India in front of what is expected to be a loud and a noisy crowd at home?
Yeah, I guess it's always a challenge, but I think it's also nice. I think we were here last year some stage, and it was also quite big crowd. So I think it's a nice thing about women's cricket in India. It's great to see all the support, and yeah, I guess it's a bit different than what we're used to, but I think it's a really exciting challenge, and yeah, obviously a massive clash as well. So I think it brings a lot of excitement.
I presume the key would be to start well, either take a couple of wickets early or get a solid partnership to sort of silence the crowd. Has that been spoken about concerning particularly starting well in team meetings building up to the game?
Yeah, I think it's actually been a big topic over the last couple of months, to be honest. I think that's the only way you put teams on the back foot really, is by taking wickets. So I think whether we bat or bowl first, I think it's kind of the opposite. When you bowl first, you want to strike early, you want to put teams on the back foot, and when you bat first, you want to kind of combat that, so you don't want to lose 2 or 3 wickets in the power play. So I think tomorrow, obviously going to be key. They've had a really successful opening pair as well. They've had a great run in ODI cricket over the last year and a bit. So I think it's going to be really important for us to rock up here, heat our straps, and try and put them on the back foot as soon as possible.
Mandana has been in prolific form against South Africa, but has been quite quiet in this World Cup thus far. Without divulging anything, have you been working on specific plans in an attempt to keep her quiet?
Yeah, quality player, and like you said, she's done well against us in the past. But I think, again, with conditions being a bit on the slower side, I think we're going to really back ourselves to either keep her quiet or get her early and try and put her under pressure. But like I said, they have like 8 or 9 really good batters. So I think the focus is not too much just on one person. But yeah, I think we're all pretty clear on where we want to get out, how we want to go about our business. Again, try and break that opening stand that's been so successful for them over the last couple of months, and really try and get that middle order in as early as possible. We all know, if you haven't quite spent as much time in the middle, it's quite difficult on tricky conditions to walk in and put up a massive score. So yeah, hopefully that all goes according to plan.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.